All right, let's do this. What super power pussy? Girls, you gotta be juicy. Let me tell y'all something. That song that Yellow Cat performed at Sutton's party, it's been stuck in my head. It's on all my playlists because I love me a song about women's empowerment and owning your body and stuff like that. One thing about me is, let me tell y'all something. I'm always on the woman's side. I'm a feminist. I hate men, except for my man and all the girls, you know? But no, everyone's welcome here, y'all. Everyone's welcome. But I'm always on the woman's side. Remember that. Depending on who it is, not Kyle. Let's get into it, y'all. Um, can we talk about Dorit's tagline first? Her tagline, she said, I might look like a doll, but don't wind me up. Dorit is not here to play. Dorit is not here to play. Y'all, sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm just hyped. I'm just so happy Beverly Hills is back. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, a great Thanksgiving. I know I did. I am full. I had people I loved around me. It was nice. So I hope everyone had the same. Um, because of that, this is going to be a double recap. And honestly, there wasn't too much that happened in both of these episodes. So I was a little bit concerned at first, but it was enough to combine. But it was nice to having freaking what? Four housewife shows? Three, because I'm not watching New York. Three housewife shows on during the holidays. I had my nice little Thanksgiving plate. I had my surround sound going. I had, the housewives blasting, some wine. I had the lights dim to whatever color. I had it changed to whatever color to match the theme of whatever show I was watching. It was nice. It was nice. But let's get into it, y'all. The party, we continue off at the party where Kyle and Dorit are still arguing. Kyle starts airing out all her grievances and she brings up the whole BravoCon thing with Dorit saying that Kathy Hilton was the better sister. And Dorit's like, Kyle, like it was tongue in cheek. It was just a joke. And then Kyle's just still going on because she has a whole list of grievances. She might as well just pull out a scroll like Angie did on Salt Lake City. And so she's like, you said that I turn on my tears. And I'm like, you do. It's true, girl. You do that. And Dorit starts laughing, and Dorit is like, Kyle, you were so ridiculous. Like, I predicted this. See, let me tell you why you're really mad at me. You're really mad at me because I said that Morgan came in between our friendship. And I'm like, girl, the fact that you even brought her name up, because Kyle's trying not to mention her name, you just add into the list. You making her scroll longer. But she's like, like, let's have an honest conversation. Like, tell me why you're really mad at me. Stop making these blanket statements. Stop using these, like, little, like, tiny things that don't make sense. Like, this is why you're really mad at me. And so Kyle blames just how she's been treating Dorit on her situation because Dorit brings up like you isolate me every time you get mad at me and it's not cool. Like a real friend doesn't do that. And Kyle's like, look, I've been acting the way I'm acting because I'm going through stuff. And I'm like, so is Dorit. Dorit is literally going through the same thing you're going through. And honestly, Dorit's been going through it worse because you've been going through a semi, amicable split with Mauricio, while Dorit was dealing with an alcoholic and they in that house tongue tussling and fighting. So what are you saying? Like you're being so selfish right now. Your friend is going through something. You're not checking on her. And then on top of that, though, you texting her man. I hope, I hope at that reunion I know Erica said in an interview that Dorit and Kyle are in a better place at the end of the season than they were at the beginning of the season. I hope once the season airs that changes, and I hope Dorit air Kyle's ass out at the reunion because you were being a terrible friend. You were talking so much crap about her in all these interviews. You're isolating her every time you get mad at her. You're making a friendship, one sided and trying to manipulate her. And then you're texting her man on top of that when they're going through a divorce and you're not texting her. I hope she air your shit out, girl. But yeah, so Dorit's going through something too, so that's no excuse. And like I said, she's going through it worse. And so Kyle's like, I'm going through it. Give me a little bit of grace. And Dorit's like, I think I've given you enough. Grace time is over. Kyle storms off. Dorit is fed up. She's in her confessional. She said, I don't give a fuck. And she gave the camera the finger. I said, girl, Dorit is going off. Dorit is getting activated. So after that, party's over. Girls are leaving. The next scene, we get Bose, and she's hosting a badass workshop. And all I'm gonna say about this scene is it got me inspired. It made me want. I was about to go to work. It made me want to work overtime. I was like, "Ooh, let me go clock in and do some work." Like that. I'm gonna look it up to see if she's doing some because I hope she don't just do it in like LA. Like I hope she's doing it like around going on like a little tour or something because I would go to that. It really had me inspired to go to work. But they list out all her accolades, showing that she's named like the most influential, CEO, and she's on People Magazine, and she's in this, and she's in this, and y'all know it wouldn't be a review if I won't throw in some shade at Potomac. Bose is what I wished Wendy was. Wendy, when she throws out her little degrees or what, I'm not even going to diminish her degrees because I only got one. She got way more than me. But when she throws out her degrees, like, it's just condescending. Wendy is not a fun girl. Like, Bose is successful and fun. And I wish Wendy was like that. So, yeah. I got to throw a little dig at Potomac every once in a while. But Kyle and Sutton meet up. And these girls don't like each other still. I don't know why they're trying to fake it. It feels awkward. It feels forced. But they meet up. Sutton's talking about the last time she was here, she got Botox. Kyle's looking at her like, girl, it don't look like you got Botox. How long ago was that? Sutton was like, it was a month ago. Chill. They start talking about, Mauricio and the whole situation. And she's like asking Kyle how she's doing. And so she tells Kyle, she's like, girl, you need to file for divorce. Like, you need to file first. And Kyle, she's being too optimistic. And she's like, oh, everything's fine. Like, it's going to be amicable. And I'm like, here we go again. And Sutton said it. She was like, men do not like to split with their money. And it's ironic that this is airing at the same time as Potomac because Karen, Giselle, and Ashley, they sat with Stacy and said the same thing to her. And Stacy was like, oh no, it's amicable. We're going to be fine. Like, I know my man. Then she went to mediation. And then later on in the episode, she's like, I found out a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't know about our finances. It's like, y'all need to listen to Sutton. Sutton did it right. Okay? I don't plan on divorcing my man. But babe, if I do, just know I'm gonna have Sutton in my corner. I'm gonna DM her. Okay? Like y'all need to listen to her. Okay, she knows what she's talking about, Kyle. You're being too optimistic, and I'm gonna get to why later you're being too optimistic. We'll get there though. But they talk about Dorit also. I know Dorit and like the Erica and Bose Dorit scene was happening at the same time as this scene, but I'm just going one scene at a time. They talk about Dorit. Kyle thinks that Dorit came in completely hot. And honestly, Dorit did, but she deserves to because at the end of the day, she's been putting up with your shit for years. And she knew where this was going to go. You were going to play the victim and you were going to try to manipulate the situation. So why give you the opportunity? Because that's exactly what you tried to do. And so she's just completely oblivious to like Dorit's feelings. And she's just like, Dorit made this bed. Now she needs to lie and she's been a bad friend to me. And I'm like, girl, you haven't been the best friend to her. Just like you're going through stuff, she's going through stuff and you haven't really been checking on her. But we get to Bose, Erica, and Dorit, and they're meeting at Bo's house. And they get out the car. Erica and Dorit just slaying the looks. Dorit said, I'm on y'all next this season. I can't believe y'all got me. Dorit used to get on my nerves, y'all. Dorit used to really get on my nerves. And now she's at the top of my list. And somebody else who was near the top of my list is at the bottom. But I'm going to drag her later. But Dorit is there for me, okay? And so, but her and Erica look good. They go into Bo's house. Bo's house is beautiful. And it's very Erica Jane coded. Like the textures, the glam, the glitz and everything. It feels Erica Jane. So I knew as soon as Erica walked in, she was like, oh, I love this. The backyard was nice. I love how she made them take off their shoes. And she has slippers for them too. Like, Bose is giving us everything she needs to give us. Beverly Hills in general is giving us everything they need to give us. It was perfect. But they end up talking, and so Bose is like, "Well, why is Kyle mad at you?" And Dorit is like, "Well, pick a reason, honey. There's so many." She got mad for asking. I got to look at my list, y'all. It's a whole list. She got mad for asking about the marriage on camera. She got mad for taking Kathy's side, which Dorit really wasn't taking Kathy's side though. She was like trying to just build a middle ground between them because both of them were being stubborn, especially Kyle. She got mad for joking about the whole "who's the favorite sister" thing in BravoCon. Then she got mad when um, that question was asked about Teddy at BravoCon. It's like it's just a list of things, and then I'm gonna add the Morgan thing to it now because I know she's not saying it because she doesn't want to highlight Morgan, but she's probably mad about what Dorit said about Morgan also. Like, there's probably 10 other things I don't even know about that Dorit probably doesn't even know about that Kyle is mad about. But there we are. But they start talking about PK, the PK of it all. The PK of it all, and Dorit, she's just been keeping up a facade with the world and the kids. And at some point, I'm just like, girl, you're gonna have to like. I wonder at this point if she's told them because I'm just like, it's gonna get out. So, I mean, it's already out now. Now that it's airing, it's like you got to figure this out. Because the other thing is too is like kids pick up on these things. A lot of times when parents think that they're hiding stuff, like kids know they are smart and they pick up on these things. So I hope she figures it out, girl. I hope she figures it out. But we fast forward. The girls are gonna surprise Kyle with pizza and PJs, which I thought was really cute. I like the whole, them showing up and Kathy trying to put on that fake voice talking about Amazon delivery, and Kyle didn't even check. She's just like, "Let me put the dogs up." Like, it was cute. It was a cute moment. But before they get there, I do want to point out, like, this is why I love Erica Jane. Erica dresses for the occasion, but it still looks good. She came to Sutton's house with a cat sweater, some jeans, some cute pink shoes, and a matching pink clutch. That was so Sutton coded, but it was Erica Jane, like, it was the Erica Jane flair. Like, she looked good. And it's like, Erica just can go anywhere. She's probably one of the best dressed housewives. I'm gonna give her that because I know some people might be like, "Oh, it's Chanel Ayana for Dubai." No, because Chanel be overdoing it. Okay, she be showing up in a ball gown to go miniature golf, and like Erica Jane dresses appropriately but stylish at the same time. I love her. I'm sorry, y'all. I love Erica Jane. She could do no wrong in my eyes. But what else happens? Oh, Kathy Sutton talks about how Mauricio changed the picture out in their office with the Dancing with the Stars girl, and Kathy just don't see it from Mauricio. Kathy has never seen it from Mauricio since Mauricio purged those people, those employees from the Hilton's real estate company. And Kathy will never see it for that man. Because one thing you don't do, just like Sutton said earlier, you don't mess with a man's money. Okay? You was messing with Daddy Hilton money. The family not seeing it for you. And honestly, I kind of be pissed off at Kyle. I see why Kathy's kind of like, why she be coming at Kyle sometimes too. I'd be mad too. Even though you're my sister, the fact that you let your man do that and y'all okay with it, I'm gonna love you, but I'm gonna hold some resentment towards you. So I'm with her on that. But they joke about, oh, when Kathy is going to go do this like whole Amazon delivery fake thing, they joke about Kathy being like the worst actress ever. Let me tell y'all something. Kathy is the best actress on this show because Kathy is putting on the front. Kathy is putting on this stick of, oh, I'm innocent. Who was hunky dory? I don't know this. She is acting her ass off, okay? Kathy is the best actress on this show. Because let me tell you, when when Sutton flicked the dough on her and Kathy was like, fuck you or something like that, that was the real Kathy coming out right there, okay? The real Kathy was, what was happening behind the scenes in Aspen. The real Kathy is the one who got that footage erased because I know there's some footage or there's some audio somewhere. Production caught something. They catch everything. That's the real Kathy. So what y'all getting right here is Kathy acting. Kathy is the best actress on the show, hands down. But the girls, they show up. They're spending time together. They're bonding. They have a good time. They end up leaving. And Sutton, she don't see it for Kyle. We know Kyle don't see it for her. And I'm just like, y'all need to stop forcing it because one, Sutton, aired out Kyle's business. And I know Kyle's not going to like the fact that you told the girls that Mauricio changed that picture out before they got over there. Kyle's not going to like you brought that up. When Kyle stormed out of your party, you didn't even check on her. Then when you were leaving Kyle's house after this pizza and PJs thing, you made it a point to point out the office and just like, oh, does that bother you? Like, girl, you really don't like this girl and you're going to take every second you can to dig at her. And you know what, though? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I just don't like the fact that y'all are faking it. But I don't blame you. Like, y'all got reasons to not like each other with everything that happened last season. So, it is what it is. But what happens next? All right, Dorit and PK, they have this sit down at this restaurant. And once again, my girl's killing the looks. Tens across the board. She's killing the looks. Dorit is killing the looks. And so they get there, and PK, you can tell he's still dealing with it because the fact that he ordered a non alcoholic beer is nasty already in the first place. So the fact that I drink beer like occasionally, I'm like Ashley Darby. I'm a Corona girly, especially when I'm on like a vacation somewhere tropical. I love me a good old cold Corona, but I don't drink beer that often. I'm a wine, champagne, I'm a alcohol drinker. And so I can't imagine that it's already nasty to me that someone would just want to drink non-alcoholic beer on top of that. But he orders that. Dorit, she orders her drink with the carcass out. Then she asks him afterwards, like, "Oh, like, are you comfortable with me ordering this?" You shouldn't have did that. You should have just not ordered it at all. Like the fact that you thought to ask afterwards means you just shouldn't have ordered it. And even if he said it's okay, I think it was just not tasteful for you to do that. So I love you, girl, but yeah, that was not cool. And PK, you need to not be ordering non-alcoholic beer. Like you need to completely get yourself out of this. Because I feel like you ordering a non-alcoholic beer is still too close to that. That's still I feel like kind of leaving the door open for temptation. But it is what it is. She compliments his clothes. He gets up and he's like, I'm single PK. And Dorit didn't like that. And so my whole thing is this: PK is really done. Mauricio, he's also really done. And I'm going to get into both of them now, actually. PK and Mauricio, the crazy part is like PK and Mauricio are doing what Dorit and Kyle need to be doing. PK and Mauricio are just enjoying life. They're kind of thriving. I say kind of because not so much PK, but they're kind of thriving and they're hanging out, they're partying, they're enjoying each other while Kyle and Dorit are fighting. Like, girls, what did I say at the beginning of this? I am a feminist. I'm always on the girl's side. This is time for y'all to unite. What is happening? And so it just like, it makes no sense. But PK is done. He initiated the separation. He's pretty much talking about how Dorit says hurtful things in an argument and it makes him feel less than. And Dorit, she appreciates it. She's like, look, I'm glad you're saying that to me, but it's like, this is the first time you've really sat here and you've talked to me calmly because usually you're screaming, you're beating your chest, talking about how you're the man and all this other stuff. Like, I wish we could have had this conversation now. But now it's just, it's a little too late because PK's in a stage now of just, look, I love you. I will always love you. I just don't like you right now. Sometimes I don't like you. I don't like the way you talk to me. And I feel like we need to take more space. We need to truly be separated because we're talking 5 times a day and it needs to stop. And Dorit, she's like completely like just flabbergasted by this. And so he's pretty much talking about how she's not the same girl that he met, when they first got together, which at some point you got to understand like people grow. It's not going to always be like that, especially when you're with somebody for a long time. But then he's also saying that like these bad habits that she's had, as far as like he's made the effort to change as far as his alcoholism because it was a problem. But all the stuff that she was doing to contribute to like the negative parts of the relationship, she hasn't made an effort to change. And so he wants to break that codependency and just really be separated because he thinks the only thing that will help is if they have that space. And they end up leaving and parting ways. And I'm like, damn, Dorit, damn. But PK is done. And then Mauricio was done too, because I'm going to skip a scene really quick to when Mauricio visits Kyle. And you can tell like he's thriving also. And Kyle, she's just in that house miserable. She's sitting here talking about how, oh, I was crying or something like that. And he's just like, oh, like he does not care. And like she's sitting there. The producers ask her, they're like, "Well, Kyle, like, do you hope that at some point you'll get back with Mauricio that y'all amend things?" And she's like, "I'm not going to answer that." And you not answering that, answered that. But this also that scene with Mauricio coming in there talking about how he got all this furniture, he bought towels, and everything's like fine and stuff like that. That confirmed what Sutton said earlier. You need to file, girl, because you're going into this way too optimistic, and Mauricio's just living his best life and thriving. And soon, girl, next thing you know, y'all gonna be divorced, and it's not gonna be as nice and cohesive as you thought. It's gonna be very tumultuous. So I'm with her there. You girls need to get it together. Girls, we need to unite. Who run the world? Girls. Okay, we need to unite because y'all are letting these men control too much of the narrative. PK is controlling too much of the narrative by initiating a separation. He's got his own apartment, which we end up finding out later on in the episode that Dorit didn't know about, and he wanted to take the kids over there. Mauricio, he's buying his own furniture for the apartment, and he's chilling and thriving, not caring about what Kyle is doing. Like, these guys are controlling the narrative right now, and y'all are living in like blissful like ignorance of just, oh, it's gonna be okay. Maybe we'll work things out. It's gonna be amicable. Girl, no, it's not. Life is happening, and life is real. Sorry, y'all. It get me triggered when the girls are going through it. Okay, I told you I'm a feminist. Um, but yeah, so we get into the next episode, and before we get into the next episode, this is what I can tell you. I told you I was gonna drag somebody later. I'm coming for Garcelle. Garcelle used to be my girl. Now Garcelle's coming to the bottom of the list. I'm coming for Garcelle. And the first thing I'm gonna say is Garcelle ass won't even in the last episode. I didn't even notice it at first. I didn't even notice it until we got to the next episode. And then the opening scene, she's at a photo shoot with her son. And I'm like, she wasn't in the last episode. But I got some more for her later because she was pissing me off at the end of this episode. But Erica got a new Porsche. And so I'm guessing she recouped these funds. I'm going to support my girl anyway. So I'm going to support my girl. Erica got a new Porsche. So good for her. Kyle, she's trying to find out who Mauricio going to be creeping with in Europe. She's like, should I ask him who he's going with? I know he's not going to. Girl, he going with another bitch. Okay? Stop being naive, girl. It's, ugh. Sorry, y'all. So we get like a little montage of all the girls though. Kathy, she's planning a weekend getaway for the girls at like a some beach somewhere in California. And so she got these suitcases with these hats for everybody. So she shows up at Bo's house first, and I'm Bo's. I'm like, girl, why are you showing up to my house with a suitcase? You moving in? When she said that, I was like, yeah, girl, like, I'm not prepared because, I need to be prepared. I have I have a guest bedroom in my house and everything. But regardless of how prepared and how, I got the space and stuff like that, I need to be prepared as somebody staying over my house, even if it's just for a night. You show up with a suitcase, I'm having a panic attack. It's okay. So, but she stops at Garcelle's photo shoot with her son, and she drops off the suitcases there also. And then she stops at Dorit's house, gives her suitcase and everything. And I will say that hat she picked for Dorit was very fitting. Dorit was like, oh, it's so chic. She put it on. And I don't know if it's because I'm just liking Dorit or something, but she looked good with the hat on and the t-shirt and everything. Like, I don't know. But that hat was fitting for Dorit because I could definitely see Dorit like matching the outfit to like the polka dots and like the white accents and stuff. But yeah, she gets to Kyle's home, and her brand manager, as soon as she get in there, she's like, Kyle, you got some food in your fridge? I'm starving. I'm like, girl. I love it. I love it. Kyle's still complaining about Dorit. And Kathy is like, look, had this been 3 years ago, Kyle would not have made this an issue. And I'm like, nah, girl, she would have still made this an issue. I was with you though, because Kathy was like, Kyle is hypersensitive. And I was 100% with her there. Kyle is just too hypersensitive. But 3 years ago, she would have still been complaining about this. Because it's just who she is. The issue with Kyle is this. Kyle is treating Dorit like how LVP used to treat her. The difference is it's easier for LVP to get away with it because LVP has redeeming and likable qualities and has like a bubbly personality. Kyle doesn't have that in her. So Kyle, it doesn't work when she does it. Like when you do it, we're just like, oh, you're an asshole. Like LVP can do it and we're like, oh, that was mean. But then she does something else that makes us laugh and we're just like, oh, Lisa's so fun. Like, like Kyle has none of that in her. So it doesn't work. And like Dorit's tired of it. Like Dorit's not standing for it anymore, and I'm here for it. But the girls are packing. Erica and Dorit are FaceTiming each other, and they talking. And Dorit's pretty much like, "Look, everything I've done has been like." And I agree. Like everything Dorit has done has been unintentional. Like I said, the whole thing with Kathy and Kyle at the reunion, she was trying to make like she was trying to help them. She wasn't intentionally trying to like mess things up or get involved. Everything Kyle has been doing has been manipulative, calculated, and intentional. Kyle is treated. I said that already. Sorry, y'all. Let me look at my notes. Yeah, I said that. Kyle, LVP. But yeah, we get to this trip. And now this is a local trip done right. Okay? Ugh, I need to go on vacation. I just want to live Kathy Hilton's life, honestly. I don't want to live her life. I want to be her friend. I think I need to move to LA. I gotta figure this out, y'all. But she did a local trip right, okay? The girls arrive. They have like a nice spread at Kathy's house and some champagne before they get on the Sprinter van. And Kyle, she has $76,000 worth of handbags on her arm. Jennifer Tilly has a $33,000 LV boat bag on her arm. I'm sick and tired of Potomac being broke. I'm sick and tired of Potomac being broke. Girl, sorry. But the girls get in the Sprinter. They're drinking champagne and bonding. It's a real girls' trip. And this is what I'm liking. Like, they're having fun. There's still some drama sprinkled in, but they're having fun also. They're, talking about, like, never have I ever, or like what celebrities have you had sex with, and have you ever had sex with a man who was like gay later and stuff like that. And they're drinking and just having fun. They get to the hotel, everything's looking nice. They meet Tom Cruise control, and Erica is like, now, did Garcelle date him too? Because Garcelle listed all these like celebrities that she was dating. But they meet Tom Cruise control. The girls go in and change. And we get to this brunch at the beach. And now this is where I'm gonna tug on Garcelle. I'm gonna tug on Garcelle a little bit, y'all, because they pissed me off. Garcelle and Sutton pissed me off. And the crazy thing is this is Sutton used to be like one of my favorites. Garcelle has always kind of been in the middle for me, but now she's clicking down. And they just pissed me off because Bose asks Dorit, she's like, hey, like, are you okay? Dorit's like, things have been rough for me. She starts talking about the whole thing with PK, the apartment, and all of that other stuff. Garcelle's down at the end of the table telling some, oh, you don't want to include us? Like, Garcelle, you don't like Dorit, so why would you want to be included? And, like, the reasons you don't like Dorit, I'm actually on your side with why you don't like Dorit. Dorit has not been the best to you over these past seasons, but if you don't like the girl, don't sit there and just be like, oh, you're not going to include us. And like Sutton's jumping in, talking about some, yeah, like she's over there talking about her marriage and stuff like that. It's like, why do you want to be included for you to always constantly throw digs at her? That really annoyed me, y'all. That annoyed me so much. And it's like, if you really care, then go ask Dorit, just like Bose did. Ask Dorit how she's doing, is if everything's okay. Don't get mad because someone else did it, and so she's opening up to them because they make her feel comfortable, something you don't do. So why would she open up to you? Y'all don't like each other. You don't make her feel comfortable. So why would she open up to you? And like I said, the reasons you didn't like Dorit are understandable, but I'm just like, make it make sense still. You got to pick a side, Garcelle. Pick a side. So they do their little events or whatever. They play some games on the beach. And so the girls go back to the hotel. They start getting ready for dinner. Garcelle, Sutton, and Jennifer Tilly are still complaining about Dorit not opening up in the bathroom. They're still complaining. And they are pissing me off because like I said before, y'all don't like the girl. Y'all always throwing digs at the girl, and so y'all want her to talk to y'all for what? Oh, girl. Dorit and Erica are getting ready. Those earrings that Dorit had on, they was cute. But Dorit walked in with the right earrings for the outfit, but she walked in with a hoop earring attitude. Those hoop earrings she had in at first, that was the attitude Dorit was going in with. That was the energy she was going in with. And so they go into the dinner. Garcelle looked a damn mess. Her hair looked a damn mess. That green dress looked a damn mess. Garcelle looked a damn mess. I'm sorry, y'all. I I like everybody. I don't hate anyone because at the end of the day, it's a reality TV show. It's entertainment. But Garcelle done clicked down for me a few notches. So she gonna get dragged. She gonna get dragged on a little bit on this episode. Excuse me, y'all. But they get to dinner. Kyle does a cheer. She thinks Kathy. I don't know why I'm saying Hilton. We know who the girl is. Her name speaks for itself. Big K. But she thinks, don't start, girl. Sorry, y'all. My dog coming out here trying to cause a fuss. Yeah, go lay down on the bed. She just came out here trying to cause a fuss for no reason. So Kyle gives a cheers, thanking Kathy for everything, and which she deserves it. Kathy deserves all the praise because so far the trip is given luxury. The spreads at the lunch look good. The spread back at the house look good. The hotel is looking nice. Like Kathy is doing the damn thing. Okay, even childish activities on the beach and all. I don't care. It was fine. I'll take it because she giving us luxury. But then Kyla's like, "Can I say something?" And it's like, "Girl, you already talking. Just keep going." And so she talks to Dorit and she's like, "Hey, like, listen, I don't want things to be awkward with us. And so at some point, I want us to talk." And so Dorit starts talking and she's like, "Yeah, we do need to talk." And then they start getting into it. And so while they start getting into it, Dorit kind of throws Erica under the bus twice because she's like, "All right, when I showed Erica the stuff that I said at BravoCon, and she said it wasn't that bad. Then when I showed Erica the text messages at the reunion, also Erica was like, "Yeah, that's kind of manipulative." And so I'm like, Erica earlier on in the day, she was like, "I'm sticking to to two cocktails, one at lunch, one at dinner, because I get a little bit loose." Let me tell y'all something. I'm glad Erica won't drunk because I know at that moment Erica would have went off on Dorit. Erica would have lost it. She would have like, "Bitch, why you keep dragging me into this?" But Erica is doing her best also trying to play the middleman, but I really feel like you could tell by Erica's reaction and her facial expression sometimes. Erica knows Kyle is full of shit. But Erica is doing her job. She is being Erica, like I said, she's acting as the face of Beverly Hills right now. She's being the fence, she's being the middle, she's being the glue that's trying to hold everybody together. But she know Kyle is full of shit. So they start going back and forth though. And Kyle is saying that, Dorit didn't defend her. She starts listing off all the 10,000 things from the scroll again. She starts bringing up like the BravoCon stuff. She's like, you only go with what like the fans say. And Dorit's like, "No, that's you. That's what you do." And it's like, yeah, Kyle, like you're the only one that really cares what everybody thinks about you. Erica don't give a fuck. Sutton probably care. Garcelle may not care what the fans think about her. I don't think Garcelle cares. Kathy do, which is why she active. But Dorit don't really care either. Dorit just be doing Dorit. Dorit knows she just a mess sometimes, okay? But Kyle, you care what everybody thinks about you. The fans, what the public thinks about you, what your friends think about you, what your kids think about you, what your man thinks about you. You care what every little person thinks about you. And if it's not positive, even if it's not negative, if it's just neutral, as long as it's not positive, you have a problem with it. Okay, so Dorit was 100% on the money with that. So Kyle is like her breaking point was the whole, text message thing with Dorit airing out her text message. And I'm like, it was manipulative, but I would also understand that I'd be pissed that a friend aired out a text message of mine. But girl, no, you were being manipulative, so I don't blame her on that side of it too. I'm gonna give you a little bit of grace, but I'm with Dorit. Yeah, no, fuck it. You're not getting no grace, Kyle. No, you were being manipulative. She should have aired your shit out because a real friend wouldn't send a manipulative text like that. Fuck it. I'm sticking with it. If Dorit don't give a fuck, I'm not giving a fuck too. I'm Team Dorit today. And so Dorit points out though, she's like, look, okay, I've done like these little things, but you've done incessant interviews about me, talking about how we're not friends. You're upset about this. You're upset about this. You going and talk to everybody else but Dorit and doing all these interviews while you're icing Dorit out. And so Dorit is going off, and Kyle is like, can you let me talk? And Dorit is like, no, Kyle, I think it's time for you to fucking listen. And then we get a to be continued. I will say this. I wish they didn't do that. I wish we would have just got the whole dinner in this episode because I don't think enough is going to happen in the next part of it that it's going to be like, we needed to be continued. And not that much already kind of happened in this episode. It was still a good episode, but it wasn't enough for us to warrant a to be continued and for us to not get the whole dinner, especially because they kept previewing that whole part with Dorit saying, now it's time for you to listen. Now it's time for you to listen. Every time it was in the trailer. It was in like next week on Beverly Hills. It was in, every time this episode, every time we had a commercial break, it kept showing that coming up just for it to be the last word that was said and then a to be continued. And I didn't like that they did that, but it was still good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Bye, y'all.